Hey guys, today I have a very special video for you, and I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite quips and little ditties to say. I'm going to start with an honorable mention to the title of this video, actually, the first word in the title of this video, bag work. Now bag work, it takes a little bit to understand it. Bag work comes from the basketball term in which basketball players have like special moves. For example, if you see another basketball player doing an interesting or cool move that you like and you want to use yourself, you can say something like, oh, I got to add that to my bag. And to work on your bag is to practice these moves in a practice to get better at doing these cool moves. So what I'm going to be going over today is essentially that, but for sayings and quips. Number 1, good improv. Now this is a good one to use if you're to say in jest while you're talking with your friends. If one of them makes a funny joke that you like, instead of just laughing at it or saying, oh, that's a good one, you say, good improv. Now let me run through a scenario. Oh, knock knock, who's there? Mr. Gru from Despicable Me. Pretend that was funny. I'd say, aha, good improv, good improv. Up next, number 2, the kid. So, for example, not bad from the kid. That's if your friend does something or somebody does something, like something that you appreciate, something you think is good for the kid. Not not bad from the kid. And you can refer to yourself as a kid. Say, oh, if you do something, yeah, not bad from the kid, huh? This is a good one. I heard him say it. I'm like, that's going in my bag, right in the bag. Not bad from the kid. They used to say it in old sports movies. I think that's where it stems from. So it's a little more of a sporty, athletic term to say. Not bad from the kid, but I like it. I like it. It makes you seem a little more athletic yourself. Maybe if you're watching this video, you're not the most socially inept, socially in depth, whichever one it is. You say not bad from the kid. People are gonna think, oh, he knows. He's a little athletic. It's got a little spark to him. Number 3. This one I actually stole from my brother when he said it once. And he does stand-up comedy, so he's a funny guy. He said, my mom made a joke to him. It was kind of at his expense. This is to be said when there's a joke that's kind of at your expense. You're like, get out of here. Get out of here, get out of here. Like, get out of here with that, You're busting my balls. You don't say that, though, because that's kind of little more explicative, little explicit to say you're busting my balls. But it's basically, this is a nice way to say that. Get out of here. Number 4, pause. Now, did you guys see how quickly my hand left the screen when I was holding up the number 4? There was one frame. Look at this. One frame where my hand is completely on the screen, and in the next frame, it's a blur and completely down. Now, my camera records at 30 frames a second. That means my hand left the screen in 1/30th of a second. Thank you, guys. Everybody should have a unique noise to make when you're cold. I have one. Personally, it's a little hard to do, so it might take a couple takes, but the noise I like to make when I'm cold sounds a little bit like that. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And I go, it's so cold. So cold. It's cold, bro. Like, people go, burr. Burr's a little basic. I like to go, people will find it humorous, and it's a good thing to say when it's cold out, especially if you live in a colder place like I do. It gets pretty cold for half the year. Everybody should have a unique noise to make when they're cold. It doesn't have to be too unique. It stems from, but just unique enough so that when you say it, people will be like, dang, that's a good one. I should put it in the bag. I should put that in my bag. Now, the thing about developing your bag is you're going to start realizing, once you recognize that the bag is a thing that you have, it's almost vocabulary. Actually, that's almost exactly what it is, but it's like vocabulary, but for funnier things, I would say. So, adding things to your vocabulary is like one word. Adding things to your bag is like little quips, little ditties, if you will, which is also a good one too. Little ditties. It comes from a musical term. Another honorable mention, little ditties, comes from a musical term for like a short song, basically. That's how I see it. Or sometimes comical in nature, or little fairy tale-esque, but definitely short little ditty. Ditty. Number 5. This one's a little more controversial, but people are a little too afraid to have inside jokes with themselves nowadays. And this is a good one that I do. I actually learned this from a fella named Elijah Long on YouTube. He taught me this one. Wait up! Now, you got to use that one when you see the short school bus passing by. Because it's like, it forgot you. They left you behind, so you go, wait up! Because there's nothing wrong with if you used to ride the short bus. In fact, I respect it. Wait up! And then people will be like, oh, what are you saying that for? And you'll say, oh, because they forgot about me. They got to wait up. And that one's pretty funny to use in public, because some people won't know what you're talking about. You might get people looking at you, but they don't know who you're asking to wait up. But you're calling to the short bus. And if they actually ever do wait up for you, then you might get a free ride to school. If you're going to that school that it's going to, I don't know. Wait up! Alright. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll repeat Ditty. We'll get